Congressman Andy Biggs from Arizona. He is a member of the House Freedom Caucus. Sir, I have to tell you, when our audience hears that report that came before you about the stopgap spending and we can't have the sequester and it hurts, their eyes glaze over and they think this is so swampy. You know, I mean, it just is kind of, we're watching people sort of hamstrung by the rules they themselves created, and it's frustrating. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I'm with them. You know, this is just crazy to me. We passed out 12 appropriation bills more than 3 months ago, sent them to the Senate, and they've been sitting on them. And now we have this false deadline where a couple weeks ago we passed a spending, kick the can down the road spending bill. We're going to do it again, take it into January. And we've done over 100 of those in the last 20 years. The result? We've almost quadrupled the national debt because we don't seem to get a full budget done, and that's really tough for anybody.
Is there any hope of any of that happening, of any sort of real responsible adulthood on that front? I mean, we've been asking it sort of the whole show that now we got the tax reform, which is fantastic. We could see the economy grow. You know, people talk about revenue coming in as a result of that, but we all know that the real problem are entitlements, and until we take a really serious look at spending, we have this ballooning problem. Is there any chance that there's the political bravery out there to do something about it?
Well, the first thing we've got to do is we have to do exactly what you said, which is deal with the spending side of things. I mean, we've had the last 2 months record federal revenue, and yet we've been underfunded by $100 billion because of entitlement programs and our spending programs. So the first thing is pass the balanced budget. So I don't think that's going to happen this week. I think we're going to do a short-term spending plan. But we have to get action from the Senate on the budget we sent. And then once you do that, the Speaker has assured us that we're going to be working on entitlement reform coming up. And that's a big issue. But first thing is, let's just start moving towards a balanced budget. I mean, everybody else has to balance their budget.
You just said you're going to be working on entitlement reform. I mean, I'm afraid to hear that and believe it's really happening. Is that really going to happen, or is that one of those things that you work on and then say, well, and then nobody took it up, or it, you know, one reason or another? Give me some hope.
Well, I want to say that a year ago, I think most people said, oh, we're not going to get tax reform done. And I will just tell you, I was on a number of shows a couple months ago, and people said, "Will you get it done by Christmas?" And I said, "Yeah, I think so," and we did. Yeah. And I have to believe that even though this is a bigger issue, quite frankly, entitlement reform is a bigger issue than even tax reform. Yes, the biggest. And I think that we can get it done. It's going to take courage and a lot of hard work, but I believe we can get it done. Will it get done next year? No guarantees.
All right. Well, come back and tell us more, Congressman. Thank you.
Will do. Thanks.